Hello, this is a study room with me, Matthew Bentley, and the Nazi sympathiser, which is Frank Harris.
I'm not a Nazi sympathiser, but hello. Yeah.
I want to get that as a hashtag on the next few videos. Hashtag Frank loves Hitler.
I don't love Hitler.
I want to get that trending. Well, we probably won't get it trending with the size of his audience, but I at least want there to be a hashtag.
I don't love
Frank,
Hitler.
Frank
I'm not an
loves
anti-Semite.
Hitler. Frank loves Hitler.
I am not a Nazi. I do not sympathise with the Nazis.
Frank loves Hitler. Alright, so now that we've got that out the way, Frank being a bigot.
I'm not a bigot.
Okay, so what we were going to discuss... We'll discuss what we were discussing before we started this episode. Harambe.
Oh yeah, Harambe. He's back on the study room.
Yeah, we talked about him when he fucking died. R.I.P. Harambe. But it's like my Facebook's just fucking blown up with Harambe posts, and the Cincinnati Zoo has recently had to delete their Twitter account because they're just being overloaded with posts about Harambe.
In fact, we're going to make this first 5 minutes a weekly segment.
Harambe.
News of Harambe.
News of Harambe.
Because he's pretty much the top item in popular culture.
The internet at the minute.
Yeah.
I mean, let's go. Hang on. If I just go through my group chat now, and the amount of Harambe memes we've been sending to each other is fucking unreal, right? It's been mostly me, in fairness. Right. Here come that Haramboy. Oh shit, avenge me. And we've got Harambe photoshopped onto a unicycle.
That's pretty good. That's
in fact, that's good. Probably not even Harambe. That you can just Google silverback gorilla and say it's Harambe.
Harambe wasn't just a silverback gorilla. Sorry, no, that's just...
No, he's not. He wasn't.
That's just popular culture talking.
He wasn't just a silverback.
Tell you who is a silverback gorilla.
Go on.
Conor McGregor. Did you see that fight?
No.
Bloody hell, you missed out on a cracker.
A cracker.
A cracker.
I missed out on a racial slur for a white person.
No, you missed a cracking fight.
When you're getting ready for drinks, but remember that Harambe is gone.
I'd just still go out for drinks, to be honest. Unless
in the memory of Harambe.
Unless I really wanted to drink Guinness in the place they were talking about going to had trash Guinness.
I miss Harambe. Right, so yeah, the Cincinnati Zoo. I tell you what else I saw. Someone inboxed the Cincinnati Zoo on Facebook.
Right.
And said, do you have smoking areas in your zoo? And the Cincinnati Zoo responded with, we don't have smoking areas, but you're more than welcome to smoke in the car park. And the guy put back, are you sure it's not the gorilla enclosure, because that's where you smokes my boy Harambe?
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, what have you been up to lately? I'm sorry to disrupt the Harambe news, but I think all that...
Other than morning Harambe. I've been working. I've been working quite a lot. I went to the gym yesterday.
Right.
Which was it was a nightmare, because I went from the gym, and then I got a text asking me to go into work. So I went into work, then I went straight from work to this fucking acting class, and I didn't get home till about 9 o'clock at night.
Jesus.
And all I was planning on doing was going home, going to the gym, going home, and then going to my acting thing, but clearly I didn't get to do that. So that was a fucking nightmare, to say the least.
Sounds like it.
My arms are a bit sore today.
Oh, talking about sauna, so I went to the gym again the other day.
How was it?
At the time, it felt alright, except that I'm now back down to 37.5 kilograms on the pec fly. And can I just say, fuck the pec fly, because that has really done my pectorals in. They are in a lot.
What did you expect it to do, Frank?
I expected it to make them stronger, not to cripple them for the next few days.
That's what it does. It hurts because that...
No. This is a different type of agony. This is pure, brilliant agony.
Yeah, that means you've done something.
Well, I've done quite a light weight, which is quite a lot for me because I haven't been in a few months.
What that is you've got to tear your muscles apart in order for them to come back stronger.
Yeah, but it shouldn't hurt this much. It has no right to hurt this much. Your body
Oh
shouldn't
my
be able to put
fucking
you through
God.
this much hell. Anyway, let's continue.
With what, Harambe?
No, with what you've been up to.
Oh, what else have I been doing?
Well, we got our results, didn't we?
Yeah, I got an unconditional offer anyway, so I didn't give a fuck. I literally just went up because it was a good excuse to play Pokemon Go.
Because 10-kilometre eggs don't hatch themselves.
Exactly.
I believe you said.
10 kilometres eggs don't hatch. I got a Pinsir out of that.
Ooh.
That's a good Pokemon.
Right.
It's a beast of a Pokemon. So yeah, I got Pinsir, and I just generally didn't care what I got.
Oh, right.
I think I got C in media, D in English, and a merit in IT. So fuck it, I'll take that.
Yeah, I might as well have had an unconditional from where I'm going. I needed 2 E's. I ended up getting 2 D's and a C, so I improved on AS levels, which is a thing.
Sound.
More on education later, but continue.
Oh yeah, would you got the fucking hateful Harris cunt to do? Shit the bed. Right, so well, we're only 5 minutes into this, and all we've done is talk about Harambe.
And a little bit of education. What did you get up to after you'd got your results?
I didn't do any celebrating.
Did you not?
I went to work that night.
Oh.
I didn't celebrate at all. I didn't care.
I celebrated like it was my last night on Earth.
What did you do?
I went out.
Ooh, Frank went out.
And when I say went out, I intended, well, it was...
Was it when you say you went out, do you mean you went to the cinema with your mum and dad?
No, I left the house.
You left the house.
And I went to Leeds. I went to Leeds hoping that it was just going to be a few drinks in a Weatherspoons and the last bus home. But it turned out to be a bit more than that.
Go on.
What I mean by that is it turned out to be out till about, God knows, like 4:30 in the morning.
Alright, I'll give you credit there. That's pretty good.
And getting home at 5 o'clock in the morning after getting a taxi.
You almost sound normal now.
After having been to an actual club.
Right, not like the Beano Club.
No, like an actual club.
Do you remember the name of the club?
Yes, the name of the club was Prism.
Oh, I'm not a fan. Wait, was it Prism I went to that one time? I can't remember. I went to a club, I'm not sure if it was Prism, but I didn't enjoy it. Was it shit, or... Well, you were there until 4 in the morning, so...
I quite liked it. I wasn't actually there till 4:30 in the morning. I was there till about 3:30. We spent ages walking around trying to find a McDonald's that wasn't packed to the point where security were outside letting people in 5 at a time. We didn't, so we just went into the least packed, and then we got a taxi.
So you wanted Mac? So that's what that story was building up to. You got a Mackies.
Yeah.
Oh, you fucking sad.
Don't let that detract from the fact that I went out to a club.
I just like how that story was building up to. You had a McDonald's at 5 in the morning.
No, this annoyed me. When I went to
Go on.
When I went to Weatherspoons, went Beckett's Bank, right opposite the Slug and Lettuce. Last bus stop on the Castleford to Leeds route on the 168. And I went up to the bar, got a pint of Guinness. They had extra cold, but I didn't let that detract from the fun I was destined to have.
Yeah.
I actually went to Beckett's Bank on my birthday. I had a pint of Guinness there, and it was quite good. But this pint of Guinness was trash.
It was a shit pint of Guinness.
It was trash. It was terrible. So I had to move on to Stella Artois, which I enjoyed.
Nice one.
Because they give you those sort of pint glasses that have got the stalk, kind of the fat stalk. The ones with the gold rim.
Gold rim?
Yeah.
God, this is not something you should be talking about after a night out, Frank. This should not be the highlight of your night. No.
The highlight of my night was not actually getting anywhere with anyone of the opposite sex, yet being informed that certain people were.
Such as... Give me some... Don't name drop. Give them, like, aliases. What were they doing?
I assume they were just insert
Yeah.
bendy fingers here, necking on.
Right, so they were just kissing. Alright, that's alright then, but no one got fingers up her own.
I don't know, I don't ask these questions. I was too busy swaying around to the dubstep or trap, whatever it's called. The music was loud. The lights
Yeah, you can
were,
expect that from a nightclub, Frank.
the lights were playing havoc with my eyes. Like, they had strobe
God.
lighting, and that is the most confusing thing known to man. To watch people move in strobe lighting is what I can only imagine it's like to be off your tits on LSD.
In fairness, I'm not a fan of strobe lighting either, because it's hard to tell who you want to be chatting up and who you don't want to be chatting up.
Yeah. I also had my mate drag me into a crowd of random people to dance, and we got pushed out.
Which mate? You can name drop this person if they're just pushing you into a crowd of random people. I do.
Well, no, he came in with me as well.
But
he was the only one who got pushed out. I think they were more than happy to have me in there, but I never leave a friend behind.
Who was it?
It was Adel.
Adel.
Yeah.
Poor Adel. So you were cutting shapes then?
Was I cutting shapes? No, I was swaying around a little bit. I was kind of like doing this.
You were doing that until 4 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, and drinking Alka-Pops, because that's all I could find. It was quids in for Alka-Pops.
I'd have gone home.
Well, Alka-Pops is, it's nice and easy on the taste buds, and it gets you drunk at a reasonable pace.
I'd have gone home, mate. I don't think that would have been my scene. But, yeah, I'm trying to think, what have I done? Did I tell about that, Hindu girl I got off with?
No. Don't think so.
No, that's not come up. I'll tell that story.
Oh, is this an official segue into Matty's sexual anecdotes?
No.
Alright.
Because I didn't have sex with her.
Okay.
There we go. Yeah, I was on a night out. Met a Hindu girl through a friend. We got talking. The two other people we were with went out for a cigarette and never came back. But we had a really nice...
That's why you don't smoke. Continue.
Yeah, they didn't die.
Oh.
They weren't dead. They just...
Right.
I think they went off on their own somewhere, but... we were having a really nice conversation. It was like I was smashed, so it was getting really fucking personal on my part. Like, I started crying at one point, which was fucking pathetic.
I'm a bit of an emotional drunk.
Oh, I'm not usually, but I just, for some reason, I just found myself spilling my fucking heart out to this girl. And we were that engrossed in the conversation, we didn't notice the other two were missing for about 2 hours. We shared a bottle of wine, but she paid for my night that night because I came out with no money.
Right.
So,
this sounds horribly similar to a story you told us on the live podcast.
Did she turn out to be a millionaire or not?
Yes.
Same story then.
Right.
Yeah, she was a millionaire. I'm still proud of that though.
Okay.
So that happened. That was quite good. I must have more stories about her.
Well, if you've got any sexual stories, we could always...
Yeah, well, we're doing that now. Is that is this like an appropriate time to start?
Well,
30 minutes in.
Well, yeah, we're almost halfway through the podcast.
Are we?
Yeah.
Sound.
Okay, let's run the... Hold on, is the volume turned up?
Mm.
It's turned up reasonably well. Okay, let's play it. Come on.
You should have really opened this up before we start recording.
Doesn't usually take...
What's his sexual anecdotes? He'll tell you how to do it, so you better take notes. Matty will put on his specs and reach deep into his part of sex.
Magic.
You know what? I don't actually have my glasses. Should I go get them? Since I need to put on my specs and reach into my pot of sex.
Well, you haven't got a pot either, so...
No, that's true. That's true. Is that not referring to my arsehole?
No, I don't think so.
My pot of sex?
No, I don't think
or
so.
a woman's vagina?
It might be. I don't know. It could be.
It could be a woman's vagina.
Could be analogous to that, yeah.
Pot of sex. I think that jingle's got more levels than we give it credit for. Anyway, so this is an expansion upon the last one I did. This is because I didn't. It's not really a sequel because nothing else happened, but it's an expansion.
And it's definitely not a prequel.
No, it's not a prequel. Right.
Can't wait.
So, recap.
Yeah.
Right. Went out in Leeds. Girl was coming on to me.
Yep.
I didn't want nothing to do with her. I just weren't attracted.
Mm.
That's just it. I wasn't
Yeah.
attracted to her. And she didn't take it very well, so she essentially molested me. She stuck her tongue down my throat. She was biting me. She was smacking me. She was proper going for it. Like, and when she passed out, I'm not kidding. Happiest I've ever been to see someone pass out.
That's heartless.
I was molested by this one.
I would probably feel the same way as you, but just to protect, my face.
Yeah, it was. I got home and my mum thought I'd been into a fight. Anyway, we've done that. 2 weeks later, I found something out about this woman. She's got a cock.
So, did you just say she's got cock general, or she's got a cock?
She's got a cock. She was a transsexual.
I'm just gonna sing this little thing to you.
Alright. She had a cock. Yeah, she had a penis. I mean, do you not have any more questions about that?
Did she still have it at the time that you were molested by her?
Yeah. She still got it now. I mean,
you've cocked up there.
In fairness, you won't be able to tell looking at her. Like, she had fucking tits. Like,
well, yeah, maybe, but you're still cocked up.
she's been like again. Well, puns, yeah. But yeah, she had a cock. Apparently she's been taking hormones for like loads and loads, like last 3 years or whatever.
Right.
She's been taking hormones, so she's naturally grown breasts and got more of a petite figure. So she's a woman for all intents and purposes, apart from the fact she's not got the correct set of genitals.
And I'm guessing she's probably quite tall for a woman, considering she came
No,
from...
she's not. She's shorter than me.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very short man.
Well, now she's a woman. Come on, she
She was a very
short
short man.
Short transsexual. So I don't know what the PC term is here. I don't know. I'm calling her a she. But yeah, that happened. I didn't find out until like 2 weeks later when I was talking to her younger sister on the phone about it, and she just went, heads up, just letting you know, my sister's got a penis.
What a way to break it to you.
Yeah. I couldn't do anything else but laugh, because it's a bit funny. It's a bit funny. I was beat up and molested by a transsexual in Leeds. It's a little bit funny.
Maybe. I don't know what to say. I could get slammed for this.
You can say what you want. I'm sure everyone else has got. I'm sure the comments will be filled with Frank loves Hitler, Matthew is gay.
But I don't love Hitler.
You love Hitler.
I don't love Hitler. Why do you keep saying that? I don't.
Because you love Hitler.
He was a horrible person.
Frank, you love Hitler. He hates the Jews. Hitler did nothing
I have
wrong.
no problem with Jews.
Do you know what he was saying to me earlier? Hitler wasn't that bad. He was a vegetarian and a painter.
Sorry, no. Why would I say someone wasn't that bad because they were a vegetarian?
Well, he loved animals.
Well, yeah, that might be an ever so slightly redeeming factor.
But there we go. It's all come out.
I said very slight. That's not going to come anywhere near, covering. Killing like 6 million Jews in concentration
Frank loves
camps.
Hitler.
I don't love
Hashtag
Hitler.
Matthew is gay.
I think you need to learn the meaning of the word tiny, Matthew.
Tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
What do you mean tiny?
I said it's a tiny redeeming factor. It's extreme.
Hashtag Frank loves Hitler.
I don't love Hitler.
Hashtag
I'm not
Frank loves
sticking
Hitler.
up for him. Just liking animals, that's a nice thing.
Frank loves Hitler. There we go.
But it doesn't make Hitler a nice person just
Did
for
you know
liking
Winston
animals.
Churchill cheated on his wife?
Did he?
Yeah. Hitler never did that.
Right.
Hashtag Frank loves Hitler. He said right. Hashtag Frank loves Hitler.
I said right, but I didn't say, that makes Hitler a much better person than Winston Churchill, because he's not. He was a twat. Like Attila the Hun.
Winston Churchill was a twat. Hashtag Frank loves Hitler.
Who's worse, Attila the Hun or Adolf Hitler?
I don't know who killed more people.
I don't know.
Well, Attila the Hun also rapes a lot of people.
Yeah, and
I don't think Hitler ever raped anyone.
He didn't do it for any. He didn't kill all the people he killed for any purpose other than to just get gold.
Hashtag Frank loves genocide.
I don't love genocide. I hate.
Well,
genocide.
you've just said.
Whenever the Hunnic Empire come up as my opponents on Civ, I restart the game because I'm not dealing with that shit.
For those of you who don't know what Civ is, it's a strategy computer game.
It's like Risk on steroids.
Right. So, we've learnt a lot about Frank today. We learnt a lot about my sex life today.
A little bit. Anyway, continue with the story.
Well, there's not much else to it. She had a cock. You know?
Is that it?
Pretty much. You wouldn't be able to tell, but she has, for all intents and... You see, I've got nothing against the people who are transsexuals. I've got nothing against them. I'm not transphobic in the slightest. It's
well,
just...
apparently all men are transphobic, according to that that person who uploaded that video that one time.
What video was that?
It's pretty much... It's called All Men Are Transphobic, and the person also goes on to say... they go on to say...
it's like Milo or Milo or something.
Milo, that's the one, yeah.
And she was she's a trans
I think
person.
you're supposed to refer to that person as they because they're gender fluid.
Oh, fuck that!
No, you can't say that. You're going to get slammed for that.
No, fuck that. It's just... to me, that's like... When we start making up... Alright, they... That's a plural pronoun.
Yeah.
That's plural. You can't really do that. And then they make up pronouns like fucking Z or fur. Or something like that. And then it's just like... You're just making shit up to be special now. And I'm not pandering to that. I've got nothing against transsexuals, but when it's just blatantly pandering to become special, that's where I draw the line. Like I've got nothing against transsexuals. It's just I happen to like my women with vaginas. You know, if she had a vagina, who knows? Something, you know, that story would be less funny.
Now, I'm not well versed on this subject at all, but I would imagine gender fluid is much the same as bisexual, being bisexual, because being bisexual, well, kind of. I mean,
it's not the same thing at all.
Well, it's kind of similar.
Gender fluidity is where you
where you associate yourself as a male.
Gender fluidity is where you yo-yo between two different genders, male and female.
Yeah.
Whereas bisexuality is being attracted to both males and females. That's not the same thing at all, Frank.
Well, you're going to both ends of the spectrum, aren't you?
No. What you're doing is... There's a difference between identifying as two different genders and being attracted to two different genders.
I'm not saying they're the same, I'm just saying it's the same principle in the fact that, you know...
No, all you've done is seen the duality and gone...
I've just seen your Android operating system. I think that looks different to mine. I might have to update it.
No, that was WhatsApp.
Was it? No. I mean the sort of the whole interface looking thing.
Well, mine's out of date anyway.
Is it?
Yeah, I've not got enough memory to update it. I've got too much music on my phone and I need to delete some. Which is going to be a ball because I can't decide what albums to get rid of.
Well, are we going to move on? I think this conversation's getting a little bit too deep for my liking.
No, let's carry on. Let's carry on with transsexualism. Let's reach some kind of conclusion here. I feel like we should reach closure on it. What were we saying? Yeah, all you've done is twigged onto the duality there of there being two different genders and gone, they're the same thing. They're not the same thing at all. There's a difference between yo-yoing between two different genders and being attracted to two different genders. Surely.
I'm not saying they're the same thing. I'm just saying that.
You just said they were the same thing.
No, I said it's kind of similar.
Hashtag Frank loves Hitler and is transphobic.
I'm not trans. How am I? Have I ever once said I hate trans people?
Just now. Just now.
No,
you said the words "I hate trans people."
No, I was asking if I'd said a particular quote, which I hadn't said. So
What's that?
What?
What's that? The quote.
I can't do that. I can't say that.
But you can't say that you love Hitler.
No, I can't. Well,
Just to confirm.
I could say anything I like, but I don't love Hitler, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh. Anyway, so
Let's move on.
okay, fine.
Okay, let's load this bad boy up. I've missed this jingle so dearly.
We all have.
So, are you going to introduce it, or are you just going to leave me in this
No,
position?
you just do it.
Alright. Here's the Hateful Harris. Okay, so today, because we've just got our results, we've been a week since we had our results, I thought I'd talk about something that's a bit of a mess and that's a bit hazy, in all honesty. The education system in Britain. Now, you can join in with me on this because I know you think it's...
You rant about it first, and then I'll interrupt you to take the piss.
Well, no, because I think we share much the same views.
Yeah, I'm still going to scrutinise you.
I think it's a bit of a mess
I'm still going to scrutinise.
Because nowadays,
it's not that bad.
Because nowadays in schools, right, people who take courses, well, yeah, people take courses, yeah.
Well, not so much universities.
Well, maybe not. University is much more free in terms of how you learn.
Yeah.
You literally, from what I'm aware of, from information I've
What
been
about
given by
preschools?
various, what?
Preschools.
Preschools are just where you go and play with toys until, someone comes and picks you up.
Like the Third Reich.
Yeah, a bit of a weird...
Was that how you were brought up,
A bit of a weird... No, it definitely wasn't. My grandma picked me up from nursery in those days. But yeah, when people take when people take courses, they're taught to pass standardised exams for that course, aren't they? Would you agree?
Yeah.
They're not taught about that subject. They're taught how to pass courses that claim they know about that subject. Now, that's, for some people that might work, because there are some people that I've come to know that are extremely good at passing tests despite admittedly not really understanding the material very well, but they can quote things parrot fashion and thus get the marks required. Well, that's not knowing the subject.
An exam is not really what you can do, it's what you can do locked in a room for 2 hours on a bit of paper.
Mm-hmm. And there's that famous quote, I think it's by Einstein, that if a fish is judged on its ability to climb a tree against a monkey, you claim that it's not as good as the monkey or something like that. As a measure of testing rates.
If you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, you will spend your entire life thinking that it is stupid. Is the quote.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's very synergenic, isn't it? Because
synergetic.
Is it? Okay, or whatever.
I don't think that's the right word.
It has synergy with the education system because there are two main kinds of people. People who are extremely good at memorising material and memorising facts, memorising keywords that can thus get extremely good marks in an exam, maybe not knowing the material as well as they could, but, being able to remember facts. And then there are other people that are much better in, for instance, essay writing or things of that nature, but don't really go very well in exams. So that's when they decided to bring BTECs in, or they brought BTECs in, and people who are good at coursework.
I did BTEC music at GCSE.
I'm aware of that fact.
I got a pass. I was shit like.
I did GCSE music.
Fuck off.
I got an A star.
Yeah, fuck you.
But then again, I am off to do that for the next 3 years. So.
Well, I'm off to do film for the next 3 years, which is
better than what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm. Well, in fairness, getting a degree in film is basically the equivalent of fucking about for 3 years.
But you
drinking, doing drugs, and having sex.
You could be making films.
Being in fucking debt for the rest of my life.
Well, at least you'll have a fun 3 years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'll come on loads of girls' faces.
Okay. You go right ahead. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh,
I don't have a clue.
BTEC courses. So they're cut out for people who aren't very good at exams but are quite good at coursework.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
And when people who are very good at coursework but not very good at exams take those BTECs, they get a good grade in it. But BTECs and A levels or BTECs and GCSEs are in no way weighted equally. Like, you know, universities, they prioritise the courses that have standardised tests instead of things that that actually require you to have some understanding of the subject. Because essay writing requires an understanding. Answering standardised questions doesn't necessarily. There are people that can pass tests that can do the subject really well. I know many, but it's just a mess. And, as well as all that, we're not being taught how to do things that, are going to be important in the future, like paying taxes.
I struggle on banking. I don't even know how the fuck I'm paying rent. Does that come out my fucking bank account? Or
it does come out of your bank account, yeah.
Is that, I don't have to worry about that, and it just comes straight out?
I'm pretty sure that's what happens, provided you've got enough. If not, they have to go to a guarantor. I'm sure you've given the website details of your guarantor.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Oh, right, okay.
I ain't got a fucking clue.
Well, on that note, we're going to leave it at that, I think. Now, we've also found out another thing about Matty. He is very bad at organising university courses. Or what he's going to do at university, how he's going to cope at university.
And Frank loves Hitler.
I don't love Hitler.
Frank does in fact love Hitler.
I do not love Hitler, and I'm much better, it seems, at sorting out my university stuff than Matty is. But while I'm there, I'm not going to cope half as well as Matty will.
True, but I'm having sex.
Not at this moment.
Not at this moment in time, no.
Just you watch, it'll happen. For
not
me.
Not with transsexuals either. I get molested by them.
It will happen for me, I reckon.
You will have sex with transsexual.
No, I will have sex.
You keep your hopes. Get back on Tinder. Get on Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of fish.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever. We're going to leave it at that.
Bye.
Yep. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.
Switch it off.